Hello, MFL Year 33 members. I wanted to touch base with you guys. I have received some communication from some of your fellow owners, and so I want to give everybody basically enough time to prep. There's been some talk about changing the deadline for keepers, and we may have to do that next year. We might make it a few days before the draft, just because once everything's kind of set, then people can make some decisions about how much they want to spend on various players and that sort of thing. So just know this: going into this year, I think we have a pretty good preliminary setup as far as the way everyone's thinking. I would like to reserve the right still for people to change their mind. I mean, for what it's worth, there's a lot more trades now than there used to be, and there could be a, trade for a player and a 6th-round pick or something that changes a dynamic, and maybe somebody wants to throw that player on their keepers, and I think I'm fine with that. So I will just let you know as you look at this video here, we have 5 days, 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 8 seconds on that mark to just have it completed and done. So that will be the absolute drop dead deadline, if you will. If you do think you're going to make a change, I would probably not wait until Friday. I think it's probably best to, let's try and get that done, Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. And again, that way people have time to prepare. If it is only 1 or 2 tweaks, I also feel like that's easy to adjust. So this is kind of our baseline here, and there shouldn't be like any real wholesale changes. At least I don't think so. If that ends up being something that needs to happen, as always, just somebody give me a call. Here real quick on the lead chat, I just posted a whole bunch of stuff here, and I'm not going to read it all, but I will breeze through real quick. I did put a list of how many players each team has franchised, matched, signed, and kept. So just the total number. I didn't list the players. And then I put the number of points available for the live auction that each team has based upon this player list that I've been given. That number does include carryover money from last year, and it does include rookie money. That's going to be your drop dead amount that you have available, not only for the live auction, but keep in mind whatever you have left over after the live auction, then you have available for free agents and that sort of thing. If you spend all your money in the auction, you can still bid on players going in from week to week, but your bid is 0. And if anybody bids actual money, they get priority. So just know that's my math, which is always subject to correction. And if you see something different, you let me know. The way we did the carryover was I went to the pinned post, and if you go to the pinned post and you look down here, I made the list of owners and how much carryover they had, as well as rookie money, and then I added to that bid money. If you participated in the bidding process, you got some money, and the way that worked was your first 2 bids, no matter what round they were in, your first 2 bids were worth 2 points each, which would have been about $1 million in the old days. Every bid after that was worth $500,000. So if you had 6 bids at $500,000, that's $3 million, if you will. And if you had 2 bids at $1 million, that you had about $5 million, which means 10 points. So if you look at, for example, Hoopton, had 38 points in carryover and rookie money from last year. I used all of my bids, so I got 10 more points. So I added 48 points to what I had not spent of my salary cap, and that's where I got the number next to my team here, which for some reason is not letting me scroll down. There it is. 214 points available. If you want to know the players that I signed, then you can just go over and look in the draft room, and I'll show you the draft room right here. You just go in here, you look over here at Coach Dye, you scroll down, and here's my list of players. And my list of players is longer than anybody else's. I got 15 players. No one else did that. And then if you want to know the salaries for each of these guys, just know that when that day between the keeper deadline and the live auction, I am going to assign the salary to each player. And when I assign that salary to each player and put them on the draft board up here, it will take money off of this 559. In fact, I've also found that I don't have to take the rookie money off the highest paid player. I can actually individually adjust each owner's number with their carryover amount. So I don't have to change a single player's salary to make this happen. But once I get the salaries put in, get the players put on the draft board, you'll see how much money is left here. You'll see how much basically the max you can pay the next player. If you just max out your entire budget, that'll be the number that you can pay for the next player. I mean, for example, the Army, they're only going to have like 40 points, and they're going to have 12 spots to fill. So the best they're going to be able to pay someone is like 28, 29 points. It's not going to be very much. So anyway, I will have all that set prior to the auction and in between that day of Friday to Saturday. If you need that information, like how much money people are paying certain players, you can text me and I can get that information to you earlier. But I think what I'm going to do is kind of start weaning us off of the spreadsheet thing, because once I get everybody's salary put in, I'm going to have, I think, going into next year, no need for the spreadsheet. It's all going to be on Sleeper and it's all going to work. So I will have backups, information on Google Sheets and spreadsheets and forums and stuff if I need it. But I think for the sake of you guys being able to just access information, you'll be able to go on Sleeper and figure it out. In fact, I'll even make a video of how to do it. It'll be great. So I don't know if y'all remember, but last year when we started the auction, I had not assigned the keepers to the draft board yet. So on our first break, I had to spend a lot of time going in and like doing that real quick. And so I didn't put in the salaries or anything. I just put everybody at $1 and I just moved on. Luckily, I had backup spreadsheets, information and stuff I could recreate off of that. But I think going into next year, we won't have to worry about it. And that's going to be awesome. So when we get into the live auction, as of right now, I have it scheduled for, again, I think it's 8:30 my time, 9:30 Tulsa time. Folks, if that's too late, somebody let me know. We'll bump it up 30 minutes. We can do that very easily. If people are busy that day, I get it. And I think by 9:30, people are winding down and can jump on. I mean, I only have 7 players to sign. So I hope the process is going to go relatively quick and relatively smooth. I will tell you, there's a lot of good players out there. Some people did not keep people that I thought they would. Some people kept some people that I thought they wouldn't. So I think there is like some homework now for people to go get your queue ready. That's for sure. I mean, again, I think I told you all in the previous video, I have 7 spots. I think I need 2 quarterbacks. I think I need 2 tight ends. I got to have a kicker and a defense. And it only leaves me with one position to play with, which is not very much. So I don't know how much I'm going to necessarily be, bidding against people on certain things. But I can tell you the positions that I need, I do have enough money to go get who I want. So that's kind of cool. I do like that a lot. So anyway, I've really enjoyed the process this year much more than I did last year. And you guys have been great. I know several have got so much going on in their lives, and it's really difficult to get back to me sometimes as timely as maybe you would like. I can tell you're getting back with me just fine. I'm not sitting here stressing out about it at all. So yeah, just know that we're going pretty good. In addition to the list of players, the list of owners with the number of players and the amount of money they have left, I also did post some instruction and I just showed you, if you want to go to the draft room and look at players, you can, and you can also start setting your queue if you want. So for example, I've already got a few people. I've got 9 people in my queue. Josh Allen's at the top. In fact, I'll be honest, he's probably going to be the first player out if he's, available. And I think that's, still yet to be final answered, yet to be confirmed. But it's a lot of money. And you'll notice here, by the way, these it says average amounts and stuff, projected amounts and stuff. Again, I was really hoping that we would be able to set our own budget amounts. I'm not seeing it. So if that's the case, then maybe just don't lose your Wi-Fi. If you're going to be in, be in. If you can't make it, then maybe set your queue and just take your chances. But I think you going in and maybe setting your queue as far as who you want and where you want to throw them out is probably not a bad idea. I can tell you early on, I would probably throw out people that I do want. If I have money, which this year I do, that's not always the case. If I don't have money, a lot of times what I will do is just throw out people I know there's no way I'm going to sign them because they're going to go too expensive anyway. And what that does, it makes other people, spend that money and gets everybody down to my level. So I don't know. I can tell you as the first nominator, I'm pretty much planning on filling in my roster. I'll be throwing out probably kickers and defenses before anybody else because I need one of each. And and if that's the case, and I'll just tell you all right up front too, because I think most people know this. I'm not paying more than one. I pay my kicker and my defense. I just don't. I do not budget for more than just one point for those things. I find them very interchangeable. So please disagree with me if you want. That's fine. But I like to spend my money other places. So if I throw something out and you want to bid on it, you can. But just know, depending on what it is, I may or may not battle back. That's for sure. So anyway, looking at the draft board here, this will look very different whenever we get to Saturday. All of these players that are down here, it says keepers to set 117. All 117 players will be put on the draft board, and they will not be available in your queue. They will not be available to nominate. They will not be available. Somebody gets hurt, somebody retires, somebody, I don't know, gets suspended. We can talk about situations like that. Honestly, to me, the little tweaks that may happen here might be, instead of this player, I think I'll keep this player instead. Or maybe if you kept an extra keeper spot and you decide, I do want to throw somebody else on, you can. But again, that needs to happen now, I think, sooner rather than later. Let's not put that off, if you know what I mean. So now I feel like I'm just babbling. So I guess I'm going to just get on off here and just let you guys know I'm stoked to get us going. This will be my first big draft of this season. I've got several going into the week that the season starts, but this one's the first one that, and really the main one, frankly, that I care about the most. So I'm just really happy to be a part of it. I will throw in here at the back end of this video something else I meant to babble about and I forgot. We back in the day had a team owner. He was the owner of the Brooklyn Bulldogs, and his name is Tim. He actually passed away right after we did his league's fantasy football draft last year. We even all kind of took a knee and let his team win it, which was kind of cool. And we have, I think, had a really good time in this league, and I don't know that we've ever really had to deal with that. But we do have another member in this league who was dear friend to Tim. And so I just want to take a minute to point that out. And I'll let you know, too, that for the purposes of the MFL, the Brooklyn Bulldogs team name and location will remain archived forever. No one will ever be Brooklyn or the Bulldogs ever again. And I went to school with Tim. He was just a solid dude. I can't even describe to you how good of a dude this was. And I don't know, so just tread a little lightly, I guess, maybe around a little sore spot or two that someone might be feeling this time of year. And pour one out for him and have a little sip. Tim Ward, he's a good dude. All right. I'm going to sign off. I'll probably check back in again before the live auction once I get everything kind of set, and then hopefully it works. If you see any errors, if you think there's a math error, if you think there's a player error, if you think something got left off or something got mixed up, please let me know sooner rather than later so I can get that fixed, okay? All right, take it easy.